All right. So now let's start with the activity diagram. So activity diagram is very important in terms when, especially when you want to make sure that the people understand the process in your system. By the way, this is a process modeling when you talk about activity diagram, because you needed to explain process wise how the task can be completed in the system. So activity diagram are probably the most important UML diagrams. So you can see the keyword here, the most important UML diagram. So which means in any case we need activity diagram. So we use them when we do the business process modeling. So you try to make people understand the processes. So in the software development, it is generally used to describe the flow. There is a keyword here, flow, of different activities or actions. This can be both sequential or can be both sequential or in parallel or both. So what does it mean? Sequential means one activity after the other activity, or in parallel, two activities can happen at the same time. So they describe the object used, object consumed, object produced by any activity, and the relationship between different activities. So I think all the above object relationship, whatever, those are very important elements in business process modeling. So this is very summarized. So what are the key elements that we have in an activity diagram? So by the way, if you open any modeling tool like a visual paradigm, if you don't have it installed, there are some online tools you can use also to make your activity diagrams or any other UML models. So if you open any and you choose something like activity diagram, definitely you will see all the elements that you have at your disposal to make activity diagrams. So include activities like those rounded rectangular box. So those rounded rectangular box means what? Those are activities. The starting symbol, the cycle, the first cycle, which is in the dark. That means the initial activity, and when you finish, you will see also another cycle like this one. This means the end of activity. So those rounded rectangular boxes that you see in the middle, those are activities, and the arrows you see connecting different activities, that indicates the linkage between the activities, and something like this one. This is like a diamond box. This indicates what? The join. So you are joining multiple. Okay, you are checking a condition. Sorry, this is a condition check. Very important. So some elements are missing here, like when you have to execute some things in parallel. So we have what you call fork. So let me open any tool. So do you see my visual paradigm? I hope I shared the whole computer, so you should be able to see. Can you see that?
Yes, yes, we can.
All right. So
Yes.
now let's open activity diagram and see more elements. So this is activity diagram. I don't need to give it a name. So it is now open. So because I choose the activity diagram, you can see the key elements here: activity, action, initial activity or initial node. It depends on the tool, by the way. So in some other tools, you will see this as the initial activity and the final activity, but here it's the initial node, and here is final node. And the diamond shape, it's a decision node, which is like checking a condition. And the most important thing here is what you call swim lanes. So we have a horizontal, and we should have also vertical swim lanes. So I think when you expand here, you can also see vertical swim lanes. So those are very, very important element. So if you haven't made any activity diagram, so it's very simple and straightforward. So now let's drag this initial state, initial node or initial activity. So call it something like a start. So which process do you want to explain? Maybe you want to explain the process of registration. So who does registration? This is a student. So from the start, probably you want every student to open. Let's say you want every student to open. Yeah, it's moving slow, or it's hanging. Oh my god. So you want every student to be able to input URL, maybe for system, for student management system, for example. So yeah, it's not a major activity, but you need to put something like a URL. And when you put URL, you get home page. So once you get home page, what you do, you log in, because you land on home page and there's nothing but logging in. And after login, there are two things. If you want to include things like a condition, so you can do with a condition. Let's find a condition node. If you don't find it, by the way, you can come and drag it from here. So the decision node, like you can put it here, and so whatever comes, you are checking the condition. So the outcome of the condition, it's gonna be something like a true or false, yes or no, something like that. So you can say which condition do you want to check. Maybe you can add some text. By the way, you can add some text. What is that? Okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's login, yes or no. Because if you're not logged in, I don't know, you cannot continue. So you can put even this text inside the box, and remember to link this. So since you have the condition here, the outcome, there are two ways. What if the condition is true? Maybe you can download something like download the transcript. So when can you download the transcript? So when the condition is when you are logged in. If you are not logged in, you cannot download the transcript. Okay, so can go either way. And if you are not logged in, what happens? So we want the system to take you to registration page, because it means that you don't have account in the system. So you go to the registration page, and only once you finish registration page, the system will take you back to the login page. All right. So now you see what you are trying to do. So with the tool, you do the things like this, and of course, after you register and you log in again, you'll be able to download the transcript. If nothing else, we make the process end. So this is the end of the process. So I think you understand what I'm trying to do, and if you have some other background in terms of the flowchart diagram, so definitely you can see that the activity diagram is like enhanced version of the flowchart, which you already know. So now, as I told you, the beauty of the tools, you can format the tool. So now I'm trying to change the background, the color for every node. I can change also the font for every node. Make it if I make it like this is the foreground color. yeah, should not be the yeah, should not be, this is what, oh, the font color should be here, not there. So the font color can make it yeah, still like maybe gray, that's fine. And I can make it like a bold, like a 14. So yeah, it's a free version, that's fine. So we pause in 10 minutes and they open another zoom. So I'll go for like this one, so you can see how it looks like. So I didn't include this too. I can apply the formatting as well. All right, so this is I was on a font. I make it like this one, 14, and the text, make it gray, and then the background I wanted it to use this one. So now it's everything. So now if you look at these connectors, you have a way to customize them as well. If you come here and look at the style, you can see the connector style. So you have so many options. You can make them like rounded stuff, straight lines, but because they have some corners, I can use things like a square or rounded left liners. So become much clearer like this one. So this is the simplest activity diagram, which involves a student and even the system, because downloading the transcript, I think it's the system. So we remain with 8 minutes. Let's introduce the concept of swim lanes. So if you want to show the demarcation between activities, who does what, so we have a concept of swim lanes here, and you can choose either with horizontal or vertical. So let's let's start with the vertical one. I mean horizontal one. So I drag and drop the swim lane here. So what is the usage of swim lanes? So I think you have the meaning of the concept. The concept of swim lanes. So if you look at the people in the swimming pool, so if you see, you will see those kind of lines to divide the area each swimmer can use. So now in a activity diagram also we can put some demarcation. Who does what? Like here I have a student, for example, as the actor in this process. Also I have the system. So if you need someone to approve, for example, you may need maybe to have like a register in the process as well. So now, as we did it before, the student will start the process. This is the start. And when a student started the process, what the student can do. So as we did before, this student can input, can open the browser and input URL. Open the browser and put URL. I see. And by doing so, the home page or login page will appear. This student will log in, and after logging in, the system will check if this guy is logged in or not. So this is where we need decision not. So yeah, the answer is yes or no. So if the guy is logged in, as we said before, the guy will be taken to the page to download the transcript. Download the transcript, and the activity of downloading actually will be there is nothing you do. Maybe you can click download. Let's add one more activity here, for example. So the actual download is completed by the system. Download the transcript. Download, yeah, download copy. Yeah, download the transcript. Maybe to avoid the confusion here, so what a student can do is to click download the button. So when you click download button, then the system will download the transcript. So, and this is what happens if the condition is true, or if yes, if you are logged in. So if you are not logged in, okay, we can put it here. If you are not logged in, so what happens? If answer is no, again, you need to be taken to the registration page. So who does this? I think it's the system. System will take you to the registration page, because the system can sense that you are not logged in. So and as to improve the visibility of our diagram, so we can have this activity here, and yes, we can better format our style. Let's see, we make it rounded, something like this. So this is what happens when answer is yes, and this is what happens when answer is no. So in either case, whether you go to the registration, that is the end of the process. Now you can see here you can create and that is the final node. We're done. And even if when you go to the registration, you can say the process of login is over. So you will go for another process to make registration. So I can make also this one like this one. Okay. So now we remain with like 4 minutes. Then we open another Zoom. So you can format it. The thing I wanted to highlight here is to understand how you can increase the visibility of your use case diagram when you use the swim lanes. Okay. So you can see if I'm reading this one, for me it's much easier to understand who does what. Okay. Student can do whatever I see here, and this actor can do whatever I see here. All right, so let me know if you have some questions. Otherwise, we have 2 minutes. We quit this and we share another link. Today we are using a free version of Zoom. So let me see who is in the room. So guys, do you have any question before we wrap up this one and open another one? Do you have any question, please?
Question.
Yes.
So why do we have the download transcript button in the same lane as this one with the registration page?
No, no, no. What I said, this is not the actual process. I'm trying to tell you how you use the swimmer lens. Okay. So yes, some people can go at detailed level and specify everything. All right. But what I wanted you to be aware is that you can have like a demarcation of those tasks. Who does what? That was the point. So don't get concerned a lot about the correctness of the process. Okay? So maybe we'll come back and have another one, a simple example with the Leo process. But this one was just to demonstrate the usage of swim lanes when you make activity diagram. So
Okay.
you get what I mean?
Yes.
So if you know other question, don't go away. I'm going to give you another link. So I'm trying to take the attendance. That's why I'm taking some screen. All right. So now, let me stop. Let me stop to make sure that we can start another one in the next few minutes. All right. So don't go away, please. Come to the next session.